What's up, y'all? I hope y'all been doing good, taking care of yourself, doing what you need to do to survive in this world. I want to talk about staying true to yourself. And yeah, I cut the beard off because I'm gonna be a firefighter, so I'm trying to get used to this look, because I have no beard. So it is what it is. So I want to talk about staying true to yourself. You gotta do what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Do what you need to do to survive in this world. Stay true to your friends. Be loyal to your friends. Be honest. Even if being honest means that you hurt their feelings sometimes because you're telling the truth and you want them to grow. Because the truth hurts sometimes. Sometimes the truth hurts. Whether somebody's saying it to you, you're saying the truth to yourself. The truth is gonna hurt sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It ain't always sweet. So, and a real friend is gonna acknowledge the fact that you're telling them the truth. They would realize that you're telling them the truth and that you're not actually trying to hurt them. Stay true to yourself is focusing on your hobbies. Focusing on your hobbies, what you love to do for fun. Because of course you have to grind. You gotta work hard. You gotta save your money. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, nobody really gotta tell you that. You gotta work hard to save your money. Because if you don't save your money, you're gonna have no money. You're gonna be broke. So you gotta enjoy your hobbies to the fullest. You're really good at something, focus on that, practice on it, and as long as you believe that you will get better and you actually put in the work in, you put in the time in, you're gonna get better. You're gonna get better. As long as you believe, you put the work in, you know what I'm saying? You know people who can give you advice and you listen to their advice, you're gonna be straight, you're gonna be good. Staying true is, say like you're in a relationship and you realize that you're acting like this person that you're with the more you hang out with them. To stay true, you need to realize that you're acting like this person, you know what I'm saying? Like their actions, their antics are rubbing off on you, but you have your own actions, your own antics, because everybody's different. So just because you're with somebody, you don't just start acting like them out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You don't just start acting like them out of nowhere. You choose to act like them. So really staying true would be realizing that you were an individual before you got with this person. And in order for you to be your true self, you need to go back to your true self. You know what I'm saying? Be you. Because that happens in relationships a lot of times where y'all will both, in a relationship, y'all will act like each other. But then you realize that, you were your own person before. Because you're an individual the same way your partner is an individual. So you gotta stay true to yourself. You gotta stay true. Be honest with your friends, your family. Should be honest with yourself. Like I said, the truth hurts sometimes. You gotta look in the mirror and tell yourself the truth. For instance, like, you're overweight, and you want to change that. You gotta look at yourself in the mirror and say, admit it. I am overweight. I do want to change. I do want to do better. I want to eat healthy. And you don't have to eat healthy right away. You can eat the way you're eating, which might be unhealthy. Well, which would be unhealthy because, ain't nobody just overweight from eating, just eating healthy. But then again, there's different health conditions, So like everyone's body is different. So, but if you know you're eating unhealthy, you don't gotta eat healthy right away. You can lower how much unhealthy things you eat little by little, and then transition into eating only healthy things. Yeah, you gotta stay true to yourself, man. You can't lose yourself in no relationship. You can't lose yourself in no friendship. You always gotta remember who you are. You always gotta remember your potential, who you are, and what you can do. You always gotta remember what you can do. You know what I'm saying? And some people, you might not have friends who see that you might not have friends that realize and that can tell you you're losing yourself. Sometimes you gotta talk to yourself. Sometimes you gotta think, man. You gotta think, and you gotta think about what's going on in your life. So what was going on before, and then what's going on now, to realize that you're losing yourself before it's too late. You gotta realize that you're losing yourself before it's too late. You gotta stay true. But that's all I wanted to talk about. I hope y'all doing good. Like I said, taking care of yourselves, taking care of your family. You know what I'm saying? Looking out for your friends. Just doing what you need to do to survive in this world. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Peace.